Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Here we did talk with experts and influencers past few weeks, and we discussed micro businesses. Okay, how digital identity, right, will affect those micro business people, businessmen and businesswomen, because they survive, right, on their entrepreneurial and their ingenuity. So
Right, right.
yeah. Can you give us a couple of examples? Because I've heard of the fantastic stories of women in Philippines, farmers in Africa, getting to know what this new age can provide to them, and really taking benefits of blockchain. And again, just having a cell phone with your apps right there, and just learning how to use it to improve your business. So any like memorable examples, Samiran, from that world?
So I think there are huge. There are all kinds of small businesses in India who, before the advent of uh, the internet and of Amazon as a channel or other kinds of e-commerce platforms, they were really small. I mean, whether it was home cooked meals. So people used to cook and give food to their neighbors. But we have so many of these home delivery services that have come out, which is like in India is Zomato and Swiggy, and they have been able to aggregate this. And so today you can cook a meal and deliver it anywhere
Mhm.
in the city at least, and expand your market without doing anything, without having to worry about the rest of the infrastructure. Similar is the case of people selling all kinds of, from what can I say? I mean, from jumper cables for cars to flutes to these agarbattis and religious artifacts or whatever. All these kind of things, which are small cottage industries made in different parts of the country, mainly antique furniture, uh, idols of worship or whatever. And all they need is to kind of get onto the Amazon platform, sign whatever the contracts they have, and then off they go. And all they have to worry about is creating and fulfilling the order, and Amazon kind of takes care of everything else. So I think that is a fantastic way to do things. And I'm just kind of to connect it back to our topic, that all of that also obviously is enabled by the fact that if you have an ID, you can get a phone. If you have a phone, you can get into mobile commerce. If you have that, you can access payment systems, so it becomes easier for you to pay. Becomes easier for other people to use the public payment systems in India, like it's UPI, we have Google Pay and what have you. Payments can be moved easily, so that whole wheels of commerce can move so much more effectively if this the simple aspect of uh, technology enabled identity exists as a foundational layer in society.
Fantastic. Thank you, Samiran, for the talk today. So before we finish our session, can we kind of summarize a couple of takeaways? Okay, because we did talk about opportunity, we talk about technology, we talk about effect on micro businesses and individual entrepreneurs. So a couple of takeaways for the audience, please.
Like I think kind of just be repeating myself, but I would say that when we try to address or look at this issue of identity, we should start thinking about it as an opportunity and a potential to create a win-win. Because it's obviously is a very difficult problem. It probably requires a lot of investment, and it requires hard work in terms of to give people identity, to drive adoption, and to make sure that the whole ecosystem accepts it. So I think the key fundamental in my head at least is that we must look at this as a opportunity uh, to create a win-win exchange between the people we are giving identity and the rest of the economy. Only then, and unless there is that for-profit selfish motive, there cannot be an ROI to just give an identity to someone, and most of those programs will kind of fail. So we must recognize what we will stand to gain from it, and then push forward and make sure that it happens. So unless there is selfish interest, this will not work. And there is definitely a lot of uh, value and money to be made if everybody has an identity.
Fantastic, fantastic. So yes, this topic is on, what is it, on the agenda of World Economic Forum, right? On many discussions happening right now. And maybe with this talk, right, we're kind of raising the awareness, and we're making businesses, individuals, and organizations thinking about that inclusivity that digital identity will provide. So Samiran, thank you so very much for this talk today. Thank you, I appreciate it.